All right, Tom, we are
Hello.
here. Orlando Tesla Service Delivery Center. They have every single Tesla model, 3, Y, S, X, and Cybertruck. Now, we just filmed our video comparing the Ford Lightning, the Cybertruck, and the Rivian R1T. Just Rivian R1T, Rivian owners, Rivian R1T Ford Lightning owner, comparing the Cybertruck, seeing what it's, like between the two. But now, actually following up with the full sexy CT lineup, right? Sexy CT, is that what we're calling it now? Because what's the acronym we're using?
I think it was cars, and then it was Cybertruck. I forget what A was. R was Roadster, and then
Right.
S was something else.
Semi truck.
Yeah, I forget what the A was.
ATV.
Yes.
ATV. Okay. All right, we have Tesla Model 3. I mean, this is, at least to me, what started it all for Tesla. I mean, of course, the S and X were selling okay, but this is when things started scaling for Tesla. This is when things started getting really busy. Right. And of course, interesting door handles here. I think when this first came out with these door handles, it was like, what is this? And now,
how do you?
right now, to me, this is just like, this is normal. This is a great intuitive design.
Yep. I do without thinking. Thumb in. Bam.
Right. Works perfect. But yes, this is a regular mid-sized sedan, is what we would, I guess, regular call it.
Yep. So this
Of course, this is 2025 Tesla Model 3. And of course, we'll follow up with the rest of the lineup. But in terms of looks, I mean, you had a Model 3 Performance.
I did.
First gen. Well, comparing the design, what do you think?
I love it. I mean,
Okay.
the DRLs in this one, super good. Looks even hotter on the Performance. They changed, so previously, before the Highland came out, the 3 always had the cutouts, right here for the arrow. The Y still has it, so you can see it there.
Right.
For this one, you only get the cutouts on the Performance. Now, the regular 3s just go right across. And
Flat.
maybe that helps with efficiency. I don't really care about efficiency about Performance, because my Performance was terrible at efficiency, but it was a fun car, so I didn't care about it. But yeah, these are awesome. The interior is fantastic. They reworked a lot. I do wish I still had my stocks. Exterior, these taillights,
Yeah.
so good. And they're attached to the trunk now, so a bit less of a hazard. So, funny story. If you had a previous Model 3, the taillights were still, on the car.
Right.
And so if you come around, this corner right here was always like, well, it was a bit more pointy too. So like you could literally just hit your head on that corner. Thankfully, it didn't happen to me, but it was like a fear. It kept me up at night that I could possibly hit my head on that thing.
Oh man. Got the button there, and that's a pretty deep, big trunk space.
Really deep. I always use it in mine. I think that one's deeper than mine, or at least,
Yeah.
or maybe because I never kept mine clean.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why it looks deeper.
Right. Okay.
Step inside. We have.
First, coming inside the Model 3, ambient lighting. It's a big change. Now, of course, software, it's been pretty much the same. Of course, I know the newer, the NVIDIA Teslas, right? They have a little bit of a different software than the
Intel.
Yep. Teslas. But overall, software is generally the same, and it's very good. It's Tesla. Of course, as we saw in the Cybertruck,
Oh, yep, the buttons.
buttons.
I want my stocks back.
But this, I think, a very good driving position. I mean, driving an old Model 3 and then the new Model 3, this feels a lot better.
It feels so much more premium. The old Model 3, I know Tesla's trying to save costs. It felt really cheap.
Yeah.
Rattles everywhere and everything. This thing is solid. Every time I drive one, I'm like, oh my gosh. My old 3 feels like it was put together in like my garage. This is a manufactured car,
Right.
mass-produced car, and it feels like one.
It's great to see Tesla start to grow.
Yeah.
And really settle themselves as a almost legacy automaker in a sense.
Yeah, well, the legacy EV.
Right. I'll actually kind of review this in one, because this is the same on every single Tesla except the Cybertruck. Of course, magnets here that hold this down. You got a nice tunnel here. Your gear, what is this called? The center console. Yep. That's the word for it. Screen back here, Netflix, you control airflow, all of that. And then here, moving this, boom, wireless chargers, and Yeah, pretty smooth. What do you think of the back seating position?
The back seat's pretty good. If you have 5 people, which I used to have ride with me a lot, it got kind of cramped. But 4 people can definitely comfortably sit back here. I used to take trips in my friend's Model 3 before I bought mine in the back, and it was perfect. If you have a car seat, that may be a big thing, especially if you have, you know, say you have 2 kids and a car seat with the baby right here. It'll be very cramped. The car seat will probably come out to like right here, and then you're kind of cramped in the corner. Speaking from experience. You got the pull down here for the cup holder. A lot more improvised than my last one. Basically, this part will stay up and it'll just come out right here, so it's kind of short. Comes up further. Nice, more natural grabbing angle.
Right.
Ventilated seats in the back. That's great.
Very good.
Love that. I didn't have ventilated seats in general in mine.
Do you remember what this is up here?
That is.
I thought it was a speaker at first.
It is. It's one of the speakers.
It is a speaker. Okay.
Helps with the improved. If you go watch my review on the Highland speaker breakdown for both trims, this plays a huge part in the grand scheme of an improved, more ambient sounding system. So good.
All right. Now, Model Y, new Model Y, best-selling car in the world for 2023. Second best-selling car in 2024. Best-selling EV of all time. This thing selling like hotcakes. Okay, it's doing pretty well. What do you think of the overall design? I mean, it's different than the Model 3 before. It was the same, and now 2 different designs.
Yeah, I was really hoping they bring that new design to this one. I know we always want, you know, uniqueness, and I'm glad that they made it unique. I am not the biggest fan of the light bar. I'm sorry. These lights are fantastic. If this was just paint, these lights are awesome. The light bar, I'm just not the biggest fan. The rest of the redesign, though, is great. The rear tail lights are on the great. And, I mean, the design of Model Y in general is such a versatile car. It's sporty, you have so much space compared to the 3. Headroom, cargo space, sound system is great. But yeah, little arrow change the mirror here.
Right.
Not the biggest fan of the new cross-flow aero wheels.
Really? I love these.
I don't know. The Geminis from before were so good. I think, okay, if these if this part, this is the attaching part,
right,
or the actual alloy rim part, if either of these were silver, maybe it would be a better accent. But
and that silver part's mode, which you like in the older Model Y Aero.
Correct.
Okay. And what were those older Model Y Aero covers called?
Gemini. Both 19-inch size.
Okay.
This is in stealth gray. This used to be only exclusive to the S and X. Now it's the default color for all Teslas now. So this is the free color.
The switch between that and white. It's like, white or the stealth gray, what are we going for free? But it's a really good color for being a free paint.
Oh yeah, was so good reflecting. Similar to the 3, same redesign to the 3. They have new speakers here, ambient lighting across. The wheel is the same, but we get the signal stock back.
Yeah, look at that.
Now, they took that away on the Highland and on the S and the X, and it didn't even come on the Cybertruck to begin with. But enough people complained, I guess, that they added it back. And it's not the traditional one where you have a slight pull for 3 blinks or a full pull for stay on. This one, it only goes down and up one direction, or one push, and it uses the auto disable that is built into the system. So it works like the button does, but it's a more natural feeling. I definitely prefer this over the button.
Of course,
to the back seats.
Back seat. That's where things are a lot better. And in terms of, I'll kind of scoot back here. I mean, you can tell, and there are also the switches back here to actually fold the seats down. And there are actually switches in the trunk, which we'll show. But yeah, I mean, compared to the Model 3, and we'll talk about the Model S in a second, I mean, this is nice.
Very nice.
This is very, very good. And unlike the Model S or Model 3 we were talking about, but the center seat for the cup holders, it's just broken away down the middle instead of something that's...
And that's how the 3 used to be.
Yeah. And this is something I also learned I didn't know, that this is a head.
Yep. That's how the old 3 used to be.
I didn't realize this until pretty recently.
That's how mine was. Mine will always like make like a farting sound like every time because I never would open it up.
With that full glass, and of course, very similar interior to the Model 3, but of course that steering wheel is a little different. It feels a little chunkier. I don't know if you've recognized that. The steering wheel is a little thicker. But again, it also has the indicator, so no indicator buttons over there.
Yep. I noticed this has that weird tinting thing where on the back of the glass it like ends like five inches before the actual glass ends. I still don't know why that's there.
Right.
I've seen it on every one
that
so
difference.
far. It's
and you
really
can see the
strange.
inside as well. You can see the difference here. So you have the paint, well, I guess under the glass, that tint, and then there.
Yeah, interesting.
Really good quality.
And we have aero cover here.
Right.
So we've got really good trunk space. I mean, this is massive. Yeah, the sub trunk. This is the cargo shade. You have a really deep sub trunk right there. You have storage here and here. Usually the subwoofer would go here, but they've moved them up, so you can basically use these as storage pockets now.
Interesting. And the seats as well.
Yep. So now the seats
automatic.
are powered.
Which not even the R1S has something like that.
Yep. It has like a powered latch, so it'll do like a little, but then you still have to manually move them. And yep, you can't do that in the R1S either. I mean, R1S is at least the average price for like a dual max is what, like 80, 90 grand?
Yeah.
And doesn't have power moving seats. My R1S large plus, I think, right at 89, and nope, nothing, all manual. Or bucket seats. Where are bucket seats?
Right. Bucket seats as well. I mean, or captain chairs?
Captain's chairs, bucket seats.
Bucket
Yeah.
seats.
I wish they would come with that, but yeah. The brake lights on this look awesome. Let me see if I can turn the lights on really quick so you can see them.
You see that different light design. Kind of keeping that empty space like the Model 3, but now you have this entire section.
See, do they come on? Yep.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah.
And then you have the blinkers.
I was thinking about the actual light bar that's underneath. Where's
Yeah.
the indicator? Do you know how to turn that on?
Let me see. Whoop.
This interesting to me is the back. It's so flat, right? The license plate used to, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Very sweet. The license plate used to be up here.
Yep.
And now it's down here and it's got this really flat butt.
A lot of empty space.
Yeah.
But
yeah. The light looks good.
It looks fantastic. At night has a nice cast on the ground. And yeah, I mean, feature set wise, it's definitely there's no mistake that it's the best selling car. There obviously people have opinions on it. I'm not partial to that. I like the 3 better, but you know, for buyers, I can see why it's the best selling. It's just such a practical vehicle from an EV standpoint. So, yeah.
Sweet.
That's
also, I'll mention the front here. That's probably worth mentioning. It's actually open, it looks like.
Yeah, let me close it really quick. Okay.
But you can see, you can open it, and it'll...
Oh.
So I thought this front actually opened up all the way. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so you have to give it a little lift from about this height, then it keeps going.
Keeps going up. Sweet.
Yeah, deeper.
And then also the drain.
Yep, got the drain, so you can do the thing that Ford does with their like.
Right. Finally.
Their shrimp and ice. But yep, so that's the Y. Want to head over to the S?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
All right, Model S. This is what started it for Tesla, and here we are more than 10 years later, and it kind of, for the most part, looks the same. We've got some changes. The fascia, the bumper, the headlights have changed a little bit over the years, but the actual body design, for the most part, has been the exact same vehicle. But that is because it's a good design. Personally, what do you think?
I love it. I mean, it's definitely due for a refresh. We're getting rumors of that happening soon, thankfully. But I mean, it's awesome. I was in one of the first Model S's on the I-90 Surge, and it was familiar. They redesigned since then, obviously, you know, big redesign on the inside. Now it's the, there we go. Now it's the horizontal screen, you know, way different. Contact just came on. No one used this car in a while. But yeah, really redesigned. Quicksilver, my favorite Tesla color ever.
Yes.
Quicksilver. I was pretty close to wrapping my Legacy 3 in Quicksilver. This is a plaid, so it's got carbon fiber spoiler, plaid badge. They redesigned the taillights as well since the first gen Model S. Thankfully, I didn't like the individual LEDs because they kept that till like 2021.
Yeah. Wow.
Still has the long light bar up there for the brake light, which is like, okay. But I mean, overall, such a good car. Space compared to a 3, much wider. We'll go this side for the signs here. So interior space on the third and the second row, way wider. You can actually comfortably seat 3 adults back there, and you're not, fighting for space.
Right.
Or two kids and a car seat. A lot wider. This has the sport bucket seats too, so the Plaid comes with those. They hug you, which is good because you're really, like, especially in one of these performance cars, the center of gravity can have you going, whoa,
right.
Whoa, but these seats really kind of hug you in the torso so that you're actually in place when you're making a corner at speed on the track or something like that, or you're hopefully on a closed course flooring it. Have some storage down here, wireless chargers, the magnetic.
Yeah, very similar center console to the Model 3, Model Y.
Yep.
Oh, it's very nice. Of course, the cup holders actually go back and hide away, and you got this giant cover that will actually, boom, fully hide everything.
And now the 3 and Y have the same screen shifting now. There's a backup, I think, down here, but we don't have a key card, so we can't use it. But yeah, I wonder if I can't move it around, I guess. But pretty good. Yeah. They taped over the cover. That's interesting.
No interior cover. Also, with the newer Model S's and X's, I think since like late 2023, the screen can actually move as well.
Really nice. I remember installing a screen swivel hinge on my 3 so I could have it closer to me. And
look at that. Oh. Let's see it move this way. Okay, it doesn't. All right, look, it needs some help here.
It doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing to me?
I mean, who knows when the last time this car was turned on?
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, really good design. You get a full glass roof without the pillar in the middle for the 3, which is nice. You get the full glass on the Y, which is nice. But yeah, sound system on this is also super good. You have no problem reaching the subwoofer. There's no trunk. It's a hatchback, so you get full bass. You get all of it.
It is a little different.
And
for that,
unlike the 3 and Y, this has air suspension. S and X have air suspension, and they ride super good. You have height adjustable air suspension, and then you have all this space back here.
Oh, this huge space.
Another sub trunk, and the subwoofer is either right here or it's a double setup like that. I don't recall. I haven't looked at the Model S in like so long.
Look at that, Model S Plaid, Quicksilver, new seats. Something that I've complained about in the back seats. If you can actually hold this, show. I mean, I don't know how people. Every time I'm in the back of a Model S, it just feels weird. I think it's maybe because the floor is higher, but the seat is low, and so it creates this like position. And then also, unlike the Model Y and the Cybertruck, there's no like place to put your legs anywhere, or the Model X. It's like you kind of put the top of your toes, but there's not a lot of room. I don't think I'd be comfortable in this long distance. A quick drive in the back seat, but it's weird because even the Model 3 feels a little better in the back seat. Maybe I just have long legs. It's weird. I don't know. But it is comfortable, regardless. I mean, these seats are very nice, and Tesla has the quality of their vehicles. I mean,
oh yeah, and this S feels worlds better than the S I drove across the country. That's for sure.
OG. Then we have the Model X, the bigger sibling to the Model S.
Power doors, do they work for this one? Yeah, they brought it back. There's a short period of time when they disabled the radars, and these doors would not work. It would either like not open or go like wham and then out. Close back. It was wild, but they fixed it thankfully. Yeah, the Falcon Wing doors. These are well known. Press the close button here.
It'll close. They might have them locked.
Yeah, maybe.
Of course, these will come up and down. I've never been a huge fan of this. I mean, I've talked to our friend Kevin. He does not like the Model X at all. And I think part of it, and I think from maybe a child's perspective, I mean, this is cool, easy in and out, but the time for it to open and then close, and you can't put anything in there in terms of storage. So it's become a useless door almost. And the mechanics for this, I mean, the longevity of these doors, I've known owners who have run into problems out of warranty, and the door becomes a bit of a hassle. But it is what makes the Model X. It's the mark of the Model X.
Right. If you just do regular doors, it's just
Right.
a Model Y.
Exactly.
So
Pretty much.
But yeah, Model X sound system is also really good. The interior is very similar to the S, same horizontal. I mean, just like before the refresh, they were also both vertical. You have the same, button controls here, tilting screen. Rear trunk is unlatched. Okay. Are they trying to go to Wawa? They're in here. Anyway, so yeah, same center console, wireless charger, blinkers, etc. S and X are pretty similar, but you have this massive.
Yeah.
It's nice faded tint. I had a couple overnight demos of this, and it does work. It's not that hot, not that bright. It kind of tints out red at the perfect time. And similar to the Cybertruck, you have
Magnets.
Yep. So you have a really tiny sunshade that you can flip down a bit. So it's there if you need it. But
Boom.
yeah, tuck it back away right here. For the X, you can get a 5, 6, or 7 seater. This is the 6 seater with the bucket seats in the middle, and you have
back here
a third row. Third row's oddly spacious. It seems tiny, and then you sit back here and you're like, oh, like only concern might be leg room. Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, that would be my position in the third row for seating. And if I sit back there, like if I wanted to be in the third row, you can see things are cramped. Now, it would depend on how far this is for the front seat. But it isn't, like, honestly, it isn't your R1S. It isn't your EV9.
Not your Chevy Suburban.
It's not your Chevy Suburban. But I guess it can seat 3 people. I mean, it's definitely, at least, it's not the 7-seater Model Y, which that is actually kind of insane how cramped and small that is. But it's for kids, it can work a little bit.
Yep. Kids, pets, maybe. But yeah.
Model X.
And then finally, the Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
So we just came from doing a review comparing this to a Lightning and R1T.
Right.
Heavy doors, heavy metal, sheet metal.
Much different in terms of the overall design and interior, exterior of the S, X, 3, and the Y. But, I mean, this thing is crazy. Got the Squircle.
Yep.
Hold on. Squircle here. I mean, interior, this is very large inside. Of course, like I mentioned in the Model X, right? Magnets here. Like this will fold up. Very nice. Yeah. What do you think?
I have this massive dashboard. I alluded to the possibility of taking a nap there during the truck review.
You could definitely take a nap.
Yeah. This one has the aero covers.
What do you think of the overall design?
It's definitely polarizing.
Yeah.
I'm a traditional truck guy. It's part of why I chose a Lightning for my pickup. But, I mean, a lot of people like the futuristic design of it, and it definitely looks like it's from, like, 30 years in the future, and it's literally being mass-produced right now.
Right.
So, I mean, it definitely... I'm still surprised they made it to production with this. I thought it was just going to be a concept, and they actually did pull it off. Missing a lot of features where you're supposed to get a delivery, but at least it's a truck that exists.
Right.
So that I'm impressed about. My little brother, this is his favorite Tesla. He used to be a Plaid fanatic, and then this came out. He's like, I want a Cybertruck. So this is his favorite design. He absolutely loves it. He said it looks better than Lightning. I disagree. But yeah, huge wiper here. This is always my favorite part.
The wiper. And these doors are very heavy as well. Yeah. Of course, the stainless steel, which is bulletproof to certain rounds. More bullet resistant, we'll say.
Yeah.
Giant wiper.
Yep. Got the mirrors that I believe are removable.
That as well. Yeah.
The render originally came with no mirrors, but the SGSA had different thoughts. But
You have the giant light bar. Unlike the Model Y, where the light bar is segmented here, this is just one full light bar. Do we know why Tesla chose to have this full and the Model Y separated?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm pretty sure it's so like, if you have to replace this whole thing, you have to replace the whole bar, the whole frunk, whatever. The Model Y frunk only opens from the top up. So maybe they segmented it for a parts thing.
Yeah.
So if you get, front left collision, like the Model 3 was in, you only have to repair part of the light bar, not the whole thing. Maybe the left and middle, the right's fine. It's a theory. I'm not really sure.
That makes sense, though. I mean, yeah, Model Y is a better selling vehicle. They're going to produce a ton of those. And in terms of repairability, that might make more sense. Now, unlike the other Tesla vehicles, the frunk opens and closes automatically, which is very, very nice. Now, the Model Y frunk now opens of course, they all open from the inside, but it'll actually fully open, but you have to manually close it.
And they use a certain strut for that to happen.
Right.
I installed struts like that on my 3 to make that happen as well a couple years ago. The struts ended up going bad and it wouldn't open at all. So I wouldn't recommend doing that.
But today, if you had to pick between 3YS, X, or Cybertruck, what do you think you would pick, Tom? I think I'm going with the Y.
I'm torn between the X and the 3. And I've already had a 3, but the new 3 is just so good. The X is, it's unmistakably Tesla. You'll always see that and you're like, yep, that's Tesla. It's got the doors, it's got the sound system, it's got the lights. It definitely has, the party tricks, the fun factor. The Plaid still is insanely fast, 2.5060, I think, or somewhere in that ballpark.
2.5, 2.6, something like that.
Just wild for a 3-row SUV. Although the upcoming Rivian Quad Max will be even quicker, I believe. 2.4.
2.5, 2.4.
Yeah, that's. Oh man, this can be wild. The family car, the grocery getter. But yeah, I'd be torn either X or 3 Performance.
Yeah, 3 Performance is really good.
So good. So good that I bought the new 3 Performance wheels for my old 3 Performance. That's how much I like the new one.
So then also the Model Y Performance, which we've seen is being tested on the road. Hopefully it'll get maybe some Model 3 Performance treatment. It is, it is a 2-row mid-sized SUV. It isn't your smaller sedan, something zippy and easy to move around. This is not going to be your track car.
Correct.
But hopefully it could maybe still get some better seats, and I don't know. Maybe the Model 3 is now like competitive with your BMW
100%.
M3, and M4. And the fact that can do that, maybe this can go against, the X, was it X5, X6? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty good. I'm really looking forward to the Y Performance. I want to see what unique wheels they have. Tesla always cooked to their performance wheels. They start, except I wasn't a fan of the first gen, so those are on mine. But afterwards, they had the Uber turbines for the refresh, and then the Highland got the 20-inch warps, which have aero inserts. Those are awesome. I really want to see what the Y will do for the performance, as well as, if you go back here, I noticed that if we close it really quick, unlike the previous Y, this Y's spoiler is segmented. It's like its own part, essentially.
Right.
And it makes me wonder, for the Y Performance, would they still do carbon fiber, or would they install a whole new spoiler that comes out further?
I wish I could see my face when he said that. That is a really good point, because this isn't a whole separate part. There's a lot more room for them to be able to change that spoiler.
Absolutely. They can make like a lightweight, maybe the whole thing is carbon fiber. Who knows?
Right.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully Tesla's engineering team goes all out with it. So I love these lights too. Really nice design.
Yeah.
This kind of casts down on the ground for a nice little silhouette.
I've already been seeing people add kind of vinyl wraps here, like certain designs to cover.
Yeah.
And put it back there. But yeah. Well, look, thank you guys so much for watching. Model Y, your Model S, Model 3 Performance. I think the Model Y, after driving it recently, I think I've been kind of like, it is an appliance, but it's a really good appliance, and it makes sense as why this is the best-selling, one of the best-selling cars.
Definitely one of the most practical you can get.
Yeah. It's really good. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Out of Spec Bits. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Awesome.